A lot of people process this world differently than everybody else. Can you survive on the land by yourself? Yeah, and I say, artwork, not if you make a mistake, it's never a mistake in the artwork, no matter what you do. Even if you mess up on a picture, you still paint over it. Just use different colors to hide it. That's the way I see it. Hi, my name's Peter Salsman. I started creative growth at 2013. I've been doing all kinds of things besides making flower pots for 2.5 years. Stopped doing that. Then I started doing rugs, mountains. I've been doing landscaping paintings. Most of my paintings come from my dreams. So this year I sold like 4 rugs already for this year. So I'm only going to school 3 days a week now. I used to do 5 days a week. So I decided to be on semi-retirement for 3 days a week now. So I'm more focused, more relaxed, not stressing, and I'm enjoying it. So I do the fashion show for Beyond Trim when we have it. They had a fashion show in New York City, so that went well. See if I sold anything there. So, right now I do Japanese weaving, rugs, and weaving a chair right now. So I came here to this house in 2012, I think. I've been here ever since, in a group home in Hayward, California. So I do here at Hayward, I have chores to do here. I also do my own cooking and everything else when I have time to do that. There's my watering I gotta do. I gotta water the orange tree. I water the side of the house over there too by the driveway. This is a painting of Salada Trails of Sea Ranch. My brother has a house there. He lives there. He goes there on the weekends or whatever. So I also made a rug out of the Salada Trail painting I did, and it sold this year for $950. And the kids in Gustine, they're all Portuguese people there, and they'd give me a hard time in school and beat the shit out of me and stuff. So I never knew how to fight back. Until in the 6th grade I did. I gave one of my friends a shiner for getting in my face. I hit him 3 times in the eye, in the left eye, real bad. And he said, Dad, he gave me a black eye and said, go put a frozen steak on it, let it swell and go down. Yeah, that was the way it was. Guys give me a hard time in Gustine.
When Peter first started, he was really into painting and drawing, which he still does a lot of and is brilliant. but I remember he did like some sort of drawing that had like raining cherubs, like babies with wings, in it, like a strange atmosphere, if I can remember right. And it was really interesting, off the wall, surreal imagery.
Huh.
And uh, he he's always been incredibly dedicated with details, and knows what he wants to do, and just powers through it and produces what's like in his mind. He's always talking about like his mind, and like it just comes up with all these like cool images, and he just sits down and like pumps it out onto the paper or onto the rug.
I do this, I weave all this all the way down to the bottom of my hair. And then after that, then I start on this side here. And then I start on this side here. And then I do the bottom. Then after I get done with all this, then I do the outside all the way around separately. And then they put the legs on.
That's why it takes so long.
Yeah, that's why it takes so long. So I figured this much is going to fill up right here, and probably I'll stitch this part right here until I come up with some other material to rip up and start weaving that again. So I
Okay.
can come up with, my brain does it the way I do. Show. Here's one of my flowers I make out of clay. So I use these for tabletop pieces. And they sell for $125 a piece. Alex, go in the gallery.
Okay.
They're installing in the gallery,
Okay.
so I don't know if that's the best place to shoot right now.
Okay.
Upstairs.
Is upstairs okay?
Upstairs, if you want to use my space, by all means.
You could also go outside because it is kind of an outdoors theme.
Fine.
Yeah, it would look good in the garden, like by the.
Okay. I'll follow you.
Turn it on.
You're on. Yo, yo, yo.
So this took me like maybe 3 months, I figured. Took me to paint this with fabric paint, like I did your jacket. But that took 5 months because each detail took longer to dry and let it set. The central part is the other side of Central Park. The back side is Central Park with the bridge is. Every day I take it one step at a time doing my artwork because I don't know what I'm going to be doing every day. It's like when I do my rugs, I think about the colors I use for the mountains and the way I have it high and low. And even when you feel it with your hands, you see it feels like a mountain because the texture's high and low when I do rugs. When I do my paintings, I think of way life is. When I go to sleep, I'm always night walking at nighttime, and I see other places and other things. Sometimes I don't feel like talking about them because they're too tense and everything else. But I see other worlds the way they are, and I just see them in my mind, and I try picturing them in my artwork the way I see things. But when I do landscaping, like the last rug I did for Don't Look project, I did one of San Andreas Mountains as a rug that I saw in my dreams. And then they asked me, do you remember what this was? And I know I'm just going to take a guess and say San Andreas Mountain, because sometimes I don't comprehend what I see when I'm sleeping at nighttime. Because I always bring the past up all the time, and I don't want to talk about that. Because it's too angry or hurt.
I have no doubt that he's got something going on, you know, because he just makes these things that not only seem to connect to him but to other people in a way that a lot of other work does not. He just, yeah, there's something about his work that pulls me in with his landscapes and everything too. I don't know, they're very mystical.
That's upside down.
So this rug here, I saw a picture of volcanoes in Hawaii, so I decided to make a rug out of it with the blood moon. So this took me about a month and 2 weeks to do too. So I just keep coming up with other ideas all the time. The rug had 3 different levels.
Okay.
So I can put it all the way down to the bottom and work on the top part of it. Then when I pick it up on the next slot, I can work on the mountain area. Then I can flip it over and do the bottom part if I want to instead of standing. So I can work on any way, any direction. It doesn't matter. My brain understands how to do it. So I can do it upside down and do the sky part upside down and work this way up on the sky part, upside down. Then the people see me putting my painting upside down and they're gonna upside down. So I'm working it from the sky up and work up that way. So my dimensions in my brain, I have 160 IQ. Before I didn't have that. After I got hit by the truck. I went 15 years old. I went from A's to B's to D's and F's. I then had an injury in a coma for 6 days, and it went downhill. It started building my brain back up and making it more focused and understand how things are, how they process it, and then start getting smarter and smarter. Because it was hard on me in high school. Because they, want to do algebra. I couldn't even do algebra anymore when I got hit by a truck. And then had to go back to old math. Now it's even harder. And I said, even history, I didn't even like history books. Because history is all lies. And I knew that even in the 6th grade. I didn't care.
I think the volcanoes that he's doing are kind of like him, you know? They're this soft, colorful media with all of the yarn. They're beautiful, but they're also kind of violent at the same time in their execution of what they're doing. And that's also how he makes his rugs, are like kind of like tough guy, like with the tool. But the end product is something beautiful and soft and warm with an edge to it, which I think is totally Pete. That like sums up Pete for me.
And then since I came here, I quit working on cars, but I still miss it. And it was a challenge. It was different. It's more relaxing. It's not stressful. I don't have to hustle doing this and hustle doing that. I just took my time doing things instead of rushing. Yeah, I'm happy. And then I make other people happy with my artwork. Keep kicking ass doing artwork. You like that one, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.